and dying. Hope this quick life is hiring. This can't be me, must be all this faulty wiring. Gotta snap back to myself. All this weight on my shoulders, a backpack couldn't help. Feels like 21 boulders, like blackjack when it's dealt. Wanna be popping like soda, but that's bad for my health. I feel myself getting colder, my heart's black to its felt. Every day getting older, so start stacking your wealth. We living on enemy lines, I desperately grind. Sip Hennessy to settle my mind, cause all these fucking bitches and these hoes, all the fucking cars and the clothes. I think I want it all before I go. Got a tug on my soul, what I say, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more. I don't wanna feel it no more, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more. I think I want it all before I go, I don't wanna feel it no more, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more. I think I want it all before I get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more, get back, get back. I don't wanna feel it no more, but I think I want it all before I go. Liberation we can march to. It's hard to rally soldiers if you don't got a destination we can walk to. Tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to lead my people to the drain. Lost, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to lead my people to the drain. Lost, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to get my people off the scene. Lost, life ain't really what it seems. Life ain't really what it seems. Tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to lead my people to the drain. Lost, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to lead my people to the drain. Lost, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to get my people off the scene. Hey, life ain't really what it seems. Life ain't really what it seems. I bring heat like a pan with a dash of Crisco. Nigga, every track is a pistol. If I blast, never miss, bro. After my cookies like a bag of Nabisco. 10 toes to the ground like a Flintstone. 10 toes to the ground, don't get pissed though. I'm on a vicious mission. Y'all blind so I can't see my vision. Oh no, all I do is snap like a photo. Double tap, double back. Bars too heavy, better double back that. Break the levee and the flow will come back. Oh man, my flow is off. The way of shark, stay afloat like Noah's Ark. We search for cause, but we lost in our flaws. We rip our own dreams apart. So intoxicating, we lack patience. Rushing through life like Walter Payton. Chasing emancipation, expectations never feel like old medication. Pop a pill, get lost in the high. It's sometimes better not to feel. Don't lose your will, or you be stuck in the same spot, spinning in a circle like a wheel. So what's the deal? The dream is what you want it to be. Ain't nobody wanting this. Blindly spinning down in a backward spiral. Pray don't die, slow baggage, dragging like spiral. Just want relief like a crack in your back like a chiropractor. Dodging the flames like a pyro after. Being labeled as a psycho, guess that's the cycle. Splatter, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to lead my people to the drain. Lost, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to lead my people to the drain. Lost, tiptoeing, where we going? Trying to get my people off the scene. Lost, life.
And I have art over there, prints for sale, and I also have business cards if you want to just grab a card. And yeah, that's it.
Give it up for S, y'all. Also, give it up for all of the artists, the talented artists that have performed tonight. So like Chio has said, a former student of mine, my name is Wise, local educator here at Kepler Institute. So I really wanted to have a discussion about power in hip hop, and hopefully we can have that, but I do want to go over a brief analysis how power became a manifestation of hip hop. So what I'm going to do is briefly, I wanted to go all the way back to a tradition in Africa, but that was, to me, it would have bored you guys, and that's only for me personally. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start in the 60s, 70s, going into the 80s. So you know in the 60s, you know, we had social upheaval in urban communities from 65 to 68. What you had was groups in Watts, LA, Newark, New Jersey, Detroit. They were uprising. And at the time, Franklin D. Roosevelt, not Franklin, Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson at that time had asked his administration to find out where all of these riots, these uprisings are coming from. So what he decided to do in 1967 was create this Kerner report. And what the Kerner Commission report found out was that most of the people who were rioting were youth, uneducated youth in urban communities who somehow have found a means and a way to articulate their grievances against the power structure. And we all know what that is, white supremacy. So in terms of that, now, those who are asking, when are you going to wise get to the point of hip hop? Trust me, it starts somewhere. So as the 60s roll on, we get the assassination of Malcolm X, 65, the assassination of Martin Luther King in 68. So as you can tell, and then the latter half of the 60s, we get the youth freedom bus rides. And this is very important because what's starting to take place is, again, youth are forming an articulate message and voice that their local leaders, politicians, the states are just not listening to. So that's the 60s. So let's go to the 70s. In the 70s, you still have the same issue. Now, by 70, so we go through the 70s, we still have these upheavals. Now, by 78, 79, what we have, also going back to the 60s was very important, we get DJs. Now, before you had MCs rocking on the mic, the most powerful orators and voices that the community could hear were DJs. They spread the message. They spread the message that the youth was trying to hear, and they were even so powerful that Martin Luther King even acknowledged the power of the DJs. He acknowledged this powerful voice to resist oppression. So even Martin Luther King, the great orator of the African American pantheon, what I would consider, he's even acknowledging this youthful revival. So by 78, 79, a guy by the name of Kool Herc, he decides that, you know what? Now, again, there's many different stories to the origins of hip hop. I'm only giving you the standard version that we all hear today and we all acknowledge today. So going back to Kool Herc says, you know what? With my sister, I'm just going to start up a party jam. We're going to plug these big speakers. Now, he gets the name Herc because he had the largest speakers in Bed-Stuy, New York. So they gave him the name. They call him the Herculean speaker. So that's where he gets Kool Herc from. And Kool Herc is still alive today, you know, a very humble guy. So Kool Herc gets these speakers out, and next thing you know it, he starts this tradition in Jamaica. Kool Herc is a West Indian, comes from Jamaica. So he starts out DJing, he starts toasting, starts wanting to try out this new formula, wants to try out this new formula, doesn't work. So eventually he says, let me just go back to cutting the records. So he gets back to cutting the records, reggae style, people are loving it. Then there was this one form of rapping called toasting. So the DJ would get on the mic, then you would have what you would call the very, very first form of an MC. He would get on the mic and toast, get the crowd out, hey ladies, get your hands up, get your hands up. He really wasn't rapping, he was just chanting a rhythm to get everybody in the mood. That was just the first part of hip hop. Then eventually, you get the DJ. Then eventually you get the MC. And one of the very first MCs to articulate message of oppression was Melly Mel the Message, 1982. Shocked the world. Because at that time, didn't nobody know, can these black people rap? Can they rap over beats? But no, most importantly, can they articulate a message? And that was with Melly Mel in 1982. And after that, what's very important was that you had women, you had women, and they were called the sequence. I believe they were called the sequence. Now, the reason why the women were in sequence, because if you remember, during what you would consider the second wave of feminism, a lot of women of color felt like they were left out. So hip-hop became a way to express that anxiety, that concern. So you had this one group of women who came out making party music.
She's black, she's female, so she's automatically target, she's me. Trying to speak a mind storyteller MC, but America will silence you and say she couldn't speak. Don't you ever forget this moment in case I end up missing, kind of crazy how I gotta include that inside the vision. But if you hear now, you see how you get where all of that comes. Don't you reach down, speak too loud, a police will draw his gun. Tell your people to be safe out, because it only ever took one. They fear your melanin, put you in a cage with a lion, guess who won? Try to convince me that I shouldn't be angry. Try to pacify me with a pastor with a paid leave. Got my blood boiling, I'm going kind of crazy, but now's not the time, because my people need saving. I'll be your Yo Maya and Yo Kwame, Yo Angela and Desada, Yo Nikki G and Baraka, Amiri, Audrey and Shaka, Huey, Malcolm and King, Rosa and Booker T, Nina, Soldier and Truth. I do this all for the youth, not for the masters' profits, profiting off the pistols that paint the impoverished people who's really just trying to eat, really just trying to breathe. But these nooses mirror police and the triple K on their feet, trying to find solutions, extermination, pollution, and maybe inject the meat that they finna eat in the feast. I swear. Yeah. Ain't no rest for the weary, ain't no hope for the young. They killing younger and younger, and y'all be holding our tongues. But I be preaching, teacher, leader, I be mama if you need it, I be cooking and feeding if only I say one. How y'all feeling? What I'm living for, is what I'm living for, is what I'm living for. Poverty, no property. But powers profit off your pockets properly. No penny paper in possession, we in dire need. So in position, pushing product is the way we eat. They capitalize off of the lack of the capitalize. A complex school, the prison pipeline, direct line to his scores, which lack because his tummy rumbles. They say go lock him up because it keeps him out of trouble, but he's troubled, lost within the system. Says no one will miss him, find a lack within his living when he listen to their mission. They mission derail you from your vision. How you stuck in mental prisons, questioning your existence like shit that take what's been given. Except my fate is a victim of turn it into my reason. I see mothers who faithfully cry. I see that babies who's willing to die, to carry a gun and take out another. The silence to tell me so they can survive. All of our leaders point to the sky. All of our kids keep asking them why. Why do I need to? What's the importance of following my steps to keep me behind? I'm praying for a better day. Waiting for this fight to live, to breathe, to finally go away. But even if it doesn't, I won't be depressed. I will plug into my source of light and figure out the rest. Like everybody dies, not everybody lives. We all still try. What you living for? Stuck in your ways, clouded by the rain. We need sunshine, what you living for? Yeah. I just wanna share peace, find a remedy, heal broken hearts, is what I'm living for. It's what I'm living for, it's what I'm living for, it's what I'm living for. I'm living for truth, living for change, doing for the love, I don't care about the fame, it's what I'm living for. It's what I'm living for, it's what I'm living for. I'm living for truth, living for change, do it for the love, I don't care about the fame, it's what I'm living for. Yep. I believe in one hope, one dream, one God, one love. That purpose within find the cost to die for or to live up. One hope, one dream, one God, one love. That peace and light will transfer into every soul that I touch. One hope, one dream, one God, one love. That we will bear fruit. Right here with me is where you should be. 'Cause I'm so in love with you. Love me stronger, love me better than you ever will. 'Cause I'm so in love with you. Love me stronger, love me better than you ever will. 'Cause I'm so in love with you. Love me stronger, love me better than you ever will. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to love you. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to love you. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to love you. Now, this is the most important part right here of the song. If y'all can listen to this part. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to love you.
Yeah. I gotta weather the storm. I smile through pain. We changing the game, cause things can't always stay the same. Yeah.
I gotta weather the storm and I smile through pain. Changing the game, things can't always stay the same. Look, I be thinking about my people, I be dreaming in Morse code, thugs turning to bones. Guess I see them in crossroads, harmonious grip on the thelonious tip. That's why everybody turn up, nobody wanna feel nothing, pop a pill just to keep it real. And we still front. Whoever would have thought that inscription alone be my prescription is on. You never really could know the way that I do it. The teaching poor righteous, but the writings that blew. And I dated a couple models and found that I need a motto. That's right about the time I climbed up out of the bottle, genie. Everybody see me, know the native son. Keep it 1300 with you like it's 1:05. I had to play it cool and lay low. They thought I fell off. I see them saying shorties hello. They think I'm well off. Every hook, I tell all, every verse, the gospel, every weapon to prosper. So weather the storm and I smile through pain. We changing the game. Niggas can't always stay the same. You gotta weather the storm. I smile through pain. We changing the game. Niggas can't always stay the same. Yeah. Hey yo, the OG told me they get jelly when you preserve yourself. If you deserve the wealth, then it's coming. I felt like Bill Drummond that summer, soaking up different quotes. Approaches change slightly. I might be above reproach. Within a dream, I seen it all come forth. The Black Billie Jean king in the scene. I put the ball in your court for sport. Of course, I ain't gonna be happy till we rock it in Summer Jam. Trying to stop that, well, welcome to SummerSlam. Still my heart is flooded when I wonder where my peers go. If you don't get it, then your ears low. And your wins low, Eddie with pen so steady, the whole set go really, my team's so ready. I reflect for a minute, it seems so heavy. This is what we've been building toward every day of our lives. I pour out a little liquor, wish the dead would rise. To Charlie T and Tony D, this is no surprise that we smile through pain, we change to the game. Things can't always stay the same. You gotta weather the storm as we smile through pain. Yeah. Look, I don't never dumb it down and break it down in smaller pieces. It's easier to digest the reason for my thesis. The legions of doom try to make us into buffoons. All we need is room to break up out of this cocoon. Till home much is given, you know the rest, man. I see what's best for the greater good, leave us less than. I feel depression, the greatest word. Success will be understood. Irrational metal tested the hood was so manifested in destiny that aggressive. I wrestle with the lesson we will never assure. To be progressive was a lesson that we've had to endure. That we'd rather enjoy every girl, every boy. Come on and lift every voice if you believe.
Gotta believe. You gotta believe.
Hey.
Believe. Oh, man.
Hey. The color of your skin should never define you, but you can never tell the way they remind you. Cause all they do is plot, that's grave without a coffin. The greater generation, that's slave, but not as often. And now we're Robinson, that's a space that we get lost in. The meager portion, the bleaker fortune. I think of orphans when I consider my race. Don't know where we come from, they spat all my history. Space has been given, never take. That started with pride. The native son came out to play when the prodigal died. That's deep as nautical bounds. Back when I thought as a child, didn't know how to be proud. To find a smile in the cloud, I had to believe.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Oh, you gotta believe. You gotta believe.
Believe in yourself, in your fam, in your plan. Your fellow man gotta. You gotta believe. Clap your hands if you believe, man. We got some belief in the audience tonight. Believe in yourself, in your fam, your fellow man. And in the plan, come on, in yourself.